good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, depending on which country and which time zone you're in out there in the world. Action Figure Magic is here with you today. And today, after this nice long Veterans Day weekend, by the way, I honor your sacrifice and thank you for your service. A little belated, but it's there nonetheless, and this goes out to you guys. So, today we have Star Wars, The Mandalorian Target exclusive BlackSeries Mandalorian Shriek Hawk action figure. Bam! A Target exclusive, another Target exclusive. Target has been on fire with exclusives like since October, November. They've been just pumping them out from Marvel to Star Wars and other Hasbro products. And they have been absolutely wonderful so far, if you ask me. Now, one little thing that's perplexing on this guy is in the Target website, he's only got like a 3 out of 5 star customer review rating, so we're going to have to see what that's all about. Because what I'm looking at looks like a fierce, awesome, wonderful addition to the BlackSeries collection. So, not sure what people are talking about, but we're going to get right to it very, very shortly. Here he is in the box. The box is awesome. He's number 40 in the line, the Mandalorian line. I'm pretty sure I have every Mandalorian figure made in the BlackSeries. BlackSeries, Mandalorian Shriek-Hawk. The Shriek-Hawks are a team of Mandalorian specialists skilled in jetpack operation as well as scouting and rescue missions. That's going to be important. Maybe we'll base some of our stop-motion accessories and or movements and or whatever we decide to do, we're going to do. And hopefully we highlight some of that. Let's get them out of here. See you in a minute. And the unboxing has unboxed. There he is, looking all dapper and awesome in his multicolored, what looks to be stitched together out of whatever they could assemble after the planet kind of went down. Here we have a nice pistol, actually, and his accessories. That's kind of a Axe Wolf gun or one of these other guys' gun, but with a nice gold strip. And of course, we have ourselves the jetpack, which they all come with. And, you know, there's not much you can do with the fact that they all look the same. You know why? Because, say, stormtroopers, white stormtroopers, what can you do differently to their bodies or to anything? Of course, stormtroopers are always going to be reusing parts, as are Mandalorians. They all have the same helmet. They all have gauntlets. They all have a chest plate with senso bars. That's the one. Which, you know, it's hit or miss on whether or not you get red sensos or just carved in ones. Some are carved in, some aren't. Some are variants. Some are mistakes. What have you. Okay. These are kind of new. Obviously, little side saddle things. Okay, which I'm sure is part of the people's problems. I've already been kind of breaking them in so that we can see his 1.5 1.5 jointed pinless knees. No pins in there. Again, I'm also trying to turn these chaps into something a little more looser. And 1.5 joint knee on the side. Of course, we have the same old knee pads. We have the same thigh pads. We have the same. I know Din Djarin wears a version of this on the Glavis Ringworld figure, if I'm not mistaken, and gauntlets. So of course these are going to be reused parts. That's the way of it. Not much you can do with it, you know. I mean, they are what they are. Hey, at least his scope comes down. That's as far as he can look down. That's as far as he can look up. Ooh, he's got a giggity factor. He has the standard BlackSeries arms that are never double jointed, but they are made in such a way that you can, you know, make them appear to be double jointed. Also, what's new on this figure that I've kind of noticed, or I don't know if it's new, but I don't recall seeing butterfly joints in any of these guys since or before, but maybe I hadn't looked hard enough. Not too sure. I'm not too sure how well they function, but we will get into that. when we do an articulation demonstration. I mean, yeah, they work, they do something. So we'll figure that all out. Let's see, he can come that far forward, which is not really very much of anything. And that far backward, which, nothing to write home about. For looks, he looks absolutely awesome. There's no way you're gonna talk me out of that, I love the look of Mandalorian, so as long as they keep pumping them out and they look cool, I'm gonna keep buying them. All right, let's get him into. Let's just make sure there's nothing we're missing here. Had these knee guards not been here, we would have had total double jointed knees, but whatever. These chaps are interesting, and he's got a cool holster for his little pistol. Time for our articulation stop motion demonstration. Trademark. Just kidding, guys.
Hey, call me Shriekhawk. I once had a whole command under me and I have to retrain new recruits. Would you like to volunteer?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun stop motion articulation demonstration. If I ever saw one. Where have we heard that before? All right, accessories time and all that midpoint time stuff. That is his rifle, which we are going to get into. This is a really cool looking pistol that I don't recall ever seeing on any figure before. Here is his backpack, which, as you can see, does take blast effects from either Marvel Legends and or your Mandalorian other figures. And I'm sure that Boba Fett's fire effect will absolutely fit on him, because I can already tell, because that's how much I love my BlackSeries. Or at least I've collected them for so long that, I mean, you just know. Whoa, look at that. Big old kick out. Even with his, he doesn't, oh yeah, awesome pose. Even though he doesn't have the double jointed knees, doesn't mean that he's not good. You know what I mean? You could still totally do awesome things with the guy, I think. Once you get used to him a bit. Ooh, what kind of crazy pose is this? I don't even know. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, wow, okay. So far, that was really fun. No, what do you call it? Handstand for our boy today. But that's okay, because we're going to put him into all kinds of fun situations in his accessories, movement, / anything goes stop motion demonstration. And here we go. Oh, before we go there, I just wanted to point out a cool few things. I love this silver paint up here. That was a welcome addition or thing that I kind of noticed as I was going through him. And overall, aesthetically, he looks brilliant. So let's see what he can do. Oh, yes.
Once upon a time, Shriekhawks were powerful, feared throughout the galaxy. I'm the only one left. I need more recruits. Can you find me some? Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that last stop motion accessories / weapons demonstration was absolutely freaking wild. That said, let's look at some Mandos. This is all my open guys. I still got a whole bunch that are in package. This guy is this is Glavis Ring World Mando. He's his own figure. Now let's look at some Boba Fett's. See these two back here? Exact same mold, different paint jobs. Even this one could be put into that. Now let's move this guy. We got two Book of Boba Fett Bobas, which are just more, they're the same figure, just repainted. So there's no doubt that Mando parts are borrowed from other Mandos. Now, these guys, there's a few Target exclusives here. These are the latest. This is the guy we just reviewed, Shriekhawk. This is Mandalorian Privateer, also a Target exclusive. I mean, you can see lots of borrowed stuff. Here's Axe Woves. He was another Target exclusive. He's kind of ugly, and I don't like him, but I have him. And this guy, I want to say, is from, I'm not sure where he's from, either the Clone Wars or he's a Death Watch guy. Just saying, all these guys all have stuff in common. They all borrow from each other. They're Mandalorians. They wear Mandalorian gear. They're poor at this point in time, so why wouldn't they be a ragtag group of dudes wearing other dudes' armor? You know what I mean? Or whatever. even less than Beskar mixed with other things, etc., etc., etc. Woo! Okay, the only problem I have with Homeboy here is the stupid rifle that the man cannot get his trigger finger into. I made it look like he got it in there. He might have a little bit, but not enough to, it's enough to make me take off a point. I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. And I'm going to recommend him because he's only $18 at Target right now, as is the Privateer Mandalorian. Both of these right now, Target exclusives on sale for $18 or less. So highly recommended. Get them. Stay tuned for the post-credit scene. I hope you liked the stop motion because it really took a long time. With that, we'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned for the post-credit. Thanks for watching. We out. Woo!
Did you see a tall guy that quits? Ah, they're alive.